Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Matar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Matar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only call William Matar. 844-444-4444. Welcome back to another episode of the Sabre Report podcast. My name is Jonah.
I'm Christian.
And I'm JP.
Welcome back, Christian. Missed you.
Thanks, guys.
Although we were happy to hear your voice halfway through at the 2-hour mark of a 3-hour episode. I don't know how many people caught it. We're gonna try not to do that again.
3-hour episode is
no promises.
Ludicrous, and I cannot believe I wasn't a part of it. Other than the couple.
Did we start recording late too? I feel like we recorded at like close to 10 o'clock at night.
I don't think it was that bad. I know we finished around like 12:30. I know I had to keep my laptop on overnight.
Do we break the record today? Should we?
No. Nope. No. Actually, my night became longer because Riverside, the platform that we use to upload these things, it doesn't go longer than they don't allow uploads longer than 3 hours. So I was like, oh my god, I gotta edit down I don't know. Maybe there's like one person out there that listens to both the YouTube and audio versions, and they notice like, hey, why is 10 minutes cut out of the audio version? Is YouTube like the director's cut? It's like, nope, they just don't. We just went too long. We went too long.
You had to cut out some of JP's hot takes. You had to narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my hot takes. They were dragging it along.
Yep.
I mean, to be honest though, it's like if there was any episode to go as long, I feel like this would be the one because it's just
this would probably be the
insane.
One. Like,
it's probably good.
It's like you go back 2 episodes, like the last time the three of us were together. Like we were coming off of that home and home with the Leafs, and just everything felt like it was trending up. They were playing good hockey. We're having trouble closing out games, but what are you going to do? Like, they're picking up points. They had, at that point, had picked up points in like 3 or 4 straight. They were playing sustainable hockey. At that point, everybody was healthy. Like, guys were in the line. Benson was in the lineup. Darlene was still with the team. It was still just like Norris was the only one kind of hanging over their heads. And like, holy shit, dude. Like,
the bottom just fell out.
Like, it's
immediately
nuts. It's nuts. I feel like everybody's talking about the Bills today for good reason, and I feel like a lot of people acknowledged the Kulik news today, like a blood clot, dude. Like, holy shit, that's life or death type of stuff.
Bad. That's
like
really
that's
bad.
Insane. He played 12 games this season, scored 5 points with a blood clot. Get out of here, MJ, with your flu game nonsense. Yuri Kulik with a blood clot was their first line center for a few games. And, still, holy shit, dude. And, the Darlene thing, prayers up for him and his fiance. You kind of felt like that was coming. You could just tell, his head was just not in the right space. And then now you've got Zach Benson, who was seen in a boot randomly. Like, where did that come from? Jason Zucker, I feel like it's lost in the shuffle
Black
here.
Plague or something?
He's got what are they? Is some viral sickness, like flu, like
that's been going on for 2 weeks.
Like, what the hell, man? This is just an insane avalanche of injuries, and they're all okay, Benson might play on this road trip, and Zucker, it's just he's just sick. He's really sick, but it's something that I don't know, just a gut feel. I feel like he could be back within a week or so, but Rasmus Dahlin, who knows when that's going to be done. Yuri Kulik, Ruff was talking about, he thinks he'll get him back this season, which should tell you maybe they shouldn't play him at all this season. That is serious stuff. And you're just staring down the barrel of a gun. You're staring at this roster and being like, oh my God. And like I use the Bills as like, I say everybody's focusing on the Bills. Like everybody acknowledged the news today, but I don't feel like it's going to set in until Wednesday night. Or maybe Thursday night when they play the Avalanche on the second half of a friggin' back-to-back. And you're looking at a lineup with, like, God, I love Ryan McLeod, man. But he's going to be your first-line center for the rest of the season, maybe? Because Lindy Ruff will not play Tage Thompson at center for a extended period of time. Like, that's what you're staring at for the rest of this season. I mean, they've been so short-handed. Tage was playing with Noah Ostlund and Isaac Rosen. Those are two players we didn't even know they'd be playing for the team this season.
That was the craziest first line combination I think I've seen in a very, very long time, other than Greenway at center on the first line. But to see, like, imagine you're Tage and you, like, I'm sure they have a great relationship in the locker room, but he's just like, man, it's me and it's two unproven rookies, and we got to go up against the likes of, who were they playing that night again? Was that the Carolina?
That was the St. Louis game.
It was the St. Louis. I can't even make a comparison because we shouldn't have lost that game. That shouldn't have been a game you lost. But
I know.
Either way, that probably contributed to it. They didn't practice together, and they were just thrown together at game time. Just completely out of left field. Add that to the iceberg.
Well, at least Josh Norris is skating now. Like it's like the only positive injury news we've had.
He's skating, but like
he's progressing.
There's
I
still
still
no
feel like,
timetable.
what, are they going to rush him back? You got two options. Like I feel like that's still like a month away. I still like we're still talking like a month away with him.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, like you're putting like a paper, you're putting him in a bubble wrap. I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane what you're looking at right now, what this roster looks like. And they're starting to spiral a bit. They're 4 points out of a playoff spot in a very jam-packed Eastern Conference. And their schedule, this road trip could get ugly quick, Yeah. Utah cooked them for 65 minutes last time they met. They got through that game because of goaltending. And then you've got, they're not. If they beat the Colorado Avalanche on the second half of a back-to-back, whoever is playing goaltender that game deserves, a key to the city.
Now that you say that, you're going to jinx it. It's going to be UPL.
Avalanche are legitimately playing unbelievable right now.
They're the best team in hockey right now. They're the best team in hockey right now, I believe. I think they're at the top of the standings.
It is nice, though, that you get both of those games out of the way super early in the season. I mean, right now it kind of sucks because you're so injured, but imagine we get to March and we're just thinking they're around a playoff spot, they can make a push here, and then you're like, oh crap, we have a road trip and we got to go play the Avalanche. You don't have to do that. Silver lining.
I don't know. They still haven't won a road game this year.
What are they, 0-3-2 right now on the road, I think?
Yeah. I mean, they haven't played they have played a lot of home games, but still, it's November 10th. They have not won a road game.
Season's not even a quarter way over, folks.
6
Buckle up. Buckle up.
It's this is the make or break point. They've lost. Have they lost 4 straight now? Is it 4 straight, or is it just 3 straight? They've lost 3 straight. They've lost 6 of 7. The pity point getting games. I know the pity point games. Getting games to overtime. Argument. It doesn't feel as good anymore. It felt better a week ago. Not when they dropped 3 straight, all in regulation.
It felt good up until they lost to the Blues, and they were like, "All right, maybe we actually aren't."
Now
that
it's
good.
you lose that game. Now you're like, well, okay, maybe we needed some of those overtime wins. This is it. We talked about at the start of the season when they went 0-3 that, hey, this could be the losing streak. The one bad streak they have every season that kills the season. Like, it could have been happening then, and it didn't. I think we're there now. Like,
It seems like they're set up for it.
You're
with the
3
injuries.
games into a streak. Everybody is hurt or dying. It's
Multiple people might have died on this round.
like,
Multiple people.
and your schedule doesn't get easier. I mean, like I said, they got Utah Wednesday, Colorado. There's no way they're winning that Colorado game. Detroit, who's like a bad team, but given the Sabres, like, do the Sabres have the worst roster in hockey right now? Genuinely.
Yes.
Is there a worse team? Would you put them up against the Calgary Flames or
Boston's
Nashville and
still
say they're
pretty
better?
bad.
Boston's won like 6 straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
They've been
they're
on
cooking
here.
right now. Yep.
Pasternak is
I
carrying.
I think they're second in the Atlantic right now.
Oh my God, they lost like 7 in a row, and now they're. I hate
Yep.
Boston.
Yeah.
But I do.
Can't
I
make
do
that
like
argument.
that.
I mean, dude,
Well, you
how
take
many
out
months?
a shootout win, it would be 7 losses in a row. Like,
Yeah.
you talk about like overtime hockey being fake, which it is. Shootout hockey is even more fake. Okay, and that's our only win in the last 7 games.
That's right. We only have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to thank for their win.
Yep, and 2 of our losses.
Yeah, and throw it right back the other way. Oh my God, dude! Yeah, this is like with all the you have half of your forward group out right now.
I mean, we
I would
talked
say
about
yes,
the
this is probably one of the
entire.
worst rosters in hockey.
We talked about the entire summer how like the center spine is probably the worst in hockey. And even from that argument, you have lost your first and second line center. Your center spine on Saturday was McLeod, Krebs, Kozak, and Osland.
Jesus.
Like,
And they benched Osland.
they benched
So it was
Osland at the
just
least amount of
3
ice
of them.
time that night, which I
Is ridiculous.
thought that was ridiculous. He was playing
The
well.
assist.
I know he was playing well.
Not enough time for Jordan Greenway. They're
Peyton Krebs
misallocated.
played like 18 minutes that night.
That is, yeah,
I
I
will
saw his
say-
time on ice. It's nuts. He's
I
getting
actually
like
thought-
first line center minutes.
We'd be
I actually
we'd be
thought
so
Krebs
happy to
had a
hear
good
this a
night.
few years ago.
Oh my God! Imagine in 2021, someone told you Krebs is playing 20 minutes a night, guys. Like what? He broke out.
Finally.
No, everyone died on the roster.
No, Jordan Greenway's his primary shooting option.
Jesus, what is going on? Is this franchise just cursed? Is there a hex somewhere? We might have to bring some like incense down to the arena doors and just kind of try and cleanse it out because it is awful, man. It's some of these things I've never heard of, like Zach Benson getting an infection from a puck to the face. Never heard of that. A player in Yuri Kulik who they thought had vertigo turned into a blood clot.
I don't think they
Never
thought it
heard
was
of that
vertigo. People
before.
were just comparing it to vertigo.
Okay.
I think that's
But
yeah.
it was
But it was
something
like an
that.
ear. It was something. It was like
They
liquid.
were saying it was an ear. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
either way, he's younger than us. That does not happen to someone your age. Like, never heard of that happening to a hockey
I saw
player.
somebody
And
bring
I
up
guess
like poor him. He might miss the Olympics this year, which
I know.
sucks because he would make that team.
100%. And then you have poor Jason Zucker has like COVID 2025 right now or something. He's like fighting for his life, probably in his bed at home, sweating up a storm. Like what? I never heard that before. I have never heard of a flu-like virus keep a hockey player out this long. And not to say like it's not a bad sickness. I'm sure it's awful, but it's all of this happening at once is insane. It's the
Yeah.
craziest set of circumstances I've ever seen in my entire life over the course of 1 month of a season.
Yeah. I mean, here's a list of players that have had an injury or are out or have been out sometime this year. It's like half the roster. Norris, Power, Greenway, Luukkonen, Kesselring, Benson, Zucker, Kulik, Kozak, Danforth, Samuelson, and now Donnelly.
That's the whole roster.
That's 12 guys. 23 guys make your opening night roster.
They've lost 80, 80 man games, I think. Is that the word?
Somebody put that number out there today. Yeah, it might be the most.
It's
I
got
think
to
it's
be the most.
I think it's
Gotta
up
be.
there. I think from guys that are not on LTIR, I think it has to be up there.
Yeah, that's fair. And we just waived someone off our IR. Don't forget about
Carson Meyer.
Carson Meyer. Yeah.
Godspeed.
I wonder if he counted towards that total since he was on the roster.
Never even got a chance.
Nope. If he can't make it now, when is he going to?
It's just unbelievable because they're playing like this is going to be a very negative episode, obviously, but it's like you can't predict or deal with injuries. Like right now they have a scoring issue. I was getting ready to go off on the team because they'd only scored 1 goal in the last 3 games, but then they had a really good third period. So I was getting ready to go off on like Tage and the team, but then they had a good third period, but like half their forwards are out. Like Tage Thompson has not been good this year. He played better Saturday, but he has not been good this year. And whatever line he's put on, he's like the worst player right now. So he's not driving play. So that is purely on him. He needs to play better. But at the same time, 2 of his 3 forward his line mates projected coming into the season are out. His third one was out. So our projected top line, 2 of the 3 are out, and then the other guy that came in place of Josh Norris after 1 game is also out. So 3 of our 4 top line guys are out.
I really think Tage's struggles are attributed to him playing on the wing. Like, why is he playing on the wing? He made his money playing center. He got that contract playing center. He just looks out of place. He's not moving his feet. He's like he can't drive play when he's playing on the wing. Like, it looks like he's standing on the wall. And Exhibit A of him standing on the wall was Jack Quinn running into him at full speed over by the blue line.
Jack Quinn running in, Tage stepping up on him. How about that?
I know. It's like it just looks like he's out of position.
I love before the broadcast cut away, you could see them just like looking at each other, just like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
I don't understand why he hasn't even been. I've seen him take faceoffs. I'm sure
it's like
he's got
right
some
now.
shifts at
Why
center.
you like? There.
Out of any situation,
all of your
in the
centers
entire
are hurt.
world,
All of your centers are hurt. All of them are hurt. Why? Like this is a luxury. This is a luxury. Do you know how bad? I mean, I know we brought up how much of a heater they're on, but like, do you know how much like the Bruins would love to have David Pastrnak be a center instead of a winger, or like, I don't know, anybody. You know, it's like you have this luxury. This guy knows how to play, and
he's still on the right
wing. You prefer him on the wing. Whatever. Guess what? He can play center, and your top 2 centers are out long term. Like, if you would have told me before the season they would have gone through Peyton Krebs as their second line center before moving Tage back, I would have thought you were insane.
Well, we've known from years of doing this that this organization is insane. So
it's so tough. You cannot blame them. You can blame them for Josh Norris. You can blame them for Lukin and even his injury stuff, I guess. You can definitely blame them for Greenway. I mean, did you see that somebody floated out on Twitter? Don't know if it's true. Apparently he might have torn his labrum his first game back.
What?
Yeah, somebody was saying he might have torn his labrum. I mean, he hasn't. In his few games, I have not seen him shoot the puck.
You've got to be kidding me.
You
can play through it.
Saturday night, he had a grade A opportunity. He actually could have tied the game for us.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
other than that,
can play through that. But I mean, listen, it doesn't matter. That's not the point I'm making. The point about Greenway is the fact that, like, I guess you can't predict that he was going to have a setback. But this is a guy. You look at his game log, you can tell the issues with his availability.
Right.
Like, that's something you can blame them for. You can't blame them for the Dahlin stuff. You can't blame them for the Kulik stuff. You can't blame them for the Zucker stuff. You know, and it's so tough because this conversation we're going to be having about them and about the season and everything, they have a perfectly viable excuse to say, hey, we deserve another crack at this, or like this isn't fair, like we didn't have a fair shot. And it's yes you did, yes you do deserve another one, but it couldn't be this season. If this was last season, if it was the season before that, there's too much hanging over them right now to like continue business as usual. Like, when you think they're going to get Darlene back, you have no clue. I mean, you would think it's best case. I don't even know what best case would look like. Like, end of the month? Like, you're still talking about 3 weeks of hockey, I feel like, probably. Same thing with Norris and Kulik. I mean, Lindy Ruff was talking about, they're reevaluating him in 3 to 4 weeks. That was his thing. So,
yeah, best case scenario, you're I would say, other than Kulik, you're almost fully healthy by like mid-December. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
And the schedule doesn't stop for anyone. This thing is going to keep moving along, and it can go off the rails. But every year you play 82 games, you will get to the finish line. You won't be. It doesn't mean you'll be on the train tracks when you cross the finish line, though.
And I really think that's best case scenario for Darlene because, we have no idea what's going on. I hope everything's all right. If stuff isn't going the best, like, I'm sure he's going to want to be around his wife for, like, Christmas and the New Year's. Mm-hmm. So it's like, this could go on for longer, or he could come back and then leave again. Like, there's no predicting how this is going to go, and there's no predicting on how any of the injuries are going to go either. Benson, like we said, he's in a walking... Someone saw him in a walking boot, a reporter. We haven't heard anything on it. Like, we don't know if that could be really bad. We have no idea.
Ruff said he could be available this trip. So it doesn't sound like a long-term thing. But this road trip, it's another 3 games, look at what's happened to this lineup, especially since he's left it.
It's crazy how big of a piece he is.
He was feeding Yuri Kulik
off season.
He was feeding Yuri, blood clot Yuri Kulik.
Could have signed him before the season started.
Look how bad the power play looks without him too.
Yeah, the power play just has
zero creativity. It looks like last year's.
Didn't mean to bring that up.
You just triggered Jonah, JP.
It's actually unbelievable though. Like their break-ins. I just do not understand it. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm on Jonah's side. Where I'm on Christian's side because it's like, what are they doing? I watch like every other team that plays us now. I watch how they do their power play. I watch how they do their break-ins. Okay, they don't have 4 guys sitting doing nothing at the blue line with 1 guy skating. They have at least 4 guys skating up with Tage Thompson or whoever's skating, go into the zone. They literally do this drop pass and then just do nothing and just expect the next player to do everything. I couldn't believe it. Thursday night, if you guys are watching this, maybe you remember, maybe it's just because I saw it in person. Bowen Byram had a full head of steam and space to go into the zone on a power play, and he dropped it back about 50 feet to Tage Thompson or whoever was out there.
I want to say Quinn did something similar the one night. I think
he had a
Quinn
full head of steam. I was like, what are you doing, dude? And then they got stopped, and they did nothing. Like, it's just unbelievable. The in zone, they don't move, but it's same thing when they're trying to break in. They drop it to 1 guy, and then the other 4 guys do dick and just freaking stand there and do nothing. It's like Seth Appert. Genuinely, what are you trying to do? That's what I would want to know, okay? If they're not executing, fine. What are they trying to do? Because it doesn't even look like they're trying to do anything.
I was laughing so hard.
Get a fly on the wall just to know what like the system that they're trying to run looks like, which I still believe is feed Tage Thompson.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what is the system?
Their break-in is literally just drop it to a skilled player. Hopefully you could dangle 3 people and then get set up.
They have
and then in the zone, we already know it's just pass it and get a one-timer.
Their only new things this year are like stuff plays. That's it. Just give it to the goal line
one
guy and have him stuff it.
The one guy I like on the power play is Jason Zucker because he could find open space and he could find the back door, and he's been wide open for a few tap-ins, and he's had a few of those goals in the past. Him, Benson, honestly, I'm at a point. Take effing Tage Thompson off the goddamn power play at this point because
all right.
No. Let me finish.
I know what you're getting at though.
Last
'Cause
episode,
he's
I
bad.
said
He's the
been
worst.
bad, and everybody knows if he's standing over on the wing, they're gonna just shadow him.
Well, and yeah, this is what I mean. I mean, like Benson and Doan and Zucker are so fun and they're so chaotic and they're so smart that they can get teams to lean on them more. But now that they're gone, and even when they were still healthy, we're starting to see it. Like it's like I said, teams just know Tage still is the guy. They're only gonna pass. Like he is the only guy that can shoot the puck and score on the power play.
When's the last
Besides
time he had
Darlene.
a one-time goal on the power play?
It's been a little bit.
It has been a
while.
bit.
Cannot remember the last time I saw it. Man, the days where no one would, they'd play a normal box against us.
I wish there was a way.
You would just light them up.
What would you do to go back in time and tell Elvis Merzinklins to just listen? Tage Thompson's going to score 5 goals on you tonight. Please don't let him do that. It's like that was the flashpoint.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Whoa, okay, we got to cover this guy."
They already took Roseanne off the top unit too.
He wasn't doing anything. I know other guys should probably be held to the same standard, but it's just so much more complex than that. Watching, and that was the thing against, like, earlier in the week. Yeah, you were down Benson, but you subbed him in with Alex Tuck, so it's kind of like, well, all right, the quality didn't really change that. Well, actually, you were down him and you were down Zucker. But like I said, you threw Alex Tuck in there, and then you had Roseanne on the wing, so it's not like the quality dipped that much on paper. But you go from watching them, and like those are the types of games you need your power plays for. Like Darlene is healthy, Tage is healthy, Tuck, they're out there. There's no reason that they can't put together a good power play. And when you're undermanned, like those are the games that matters. And to watch them just do nothing with it for 2 to 3 shifts, and then you're watching Utah just whip the puck all around. Like that's just a team. First of all, they're blessed with playmakers, but they're also blessed with just good puck movement in general. And it's just a world of difference. And it's just so frustrating. I mean, I keep saying it. I don't know how Seth Apper gets a front row seat to the best power plays in the world on a nightly basis.
And he does nothing.
Just wait until we watch it on Thursday with Nathan McKinnon just running circles around and Cal McCarr running circles around us. Like,
I'm not ready for that. I already saw that once this year. Just got to get through one more game of that and then move on with my life.
Yep. So, I don't know. I honestly feel like the power play is like the least of their issues right now.
I don't know. It's been pretty damn bad.
No, I know. It's just beating a dead horse.
Agree, at least
it's
issues.
the same thing over and over again. And they just have nothing, and they no response for it. It's just, I don't know.
But what about that penalty kill, though, Jonah? What about that penalty kill?
Still tied for first.
Still tied for first, man.
Still there. Still kicking.
Seth Apper said, if I can't score on the power play, no one can. And he
saw
his word.
On Instagram,
penalty kill.
On Instagram, there was like one of those.
Kills.
Somebody did like a tier list of like special teams in the NHL. So it's just like combining the two, and it's just the Sabres are in like tier A, and it just makes you laugh because it's like, well, you can't say they don't deserve it because they have the best penalty kill in hockey right now, but you flip to the other side and
we're still technically
dark
middle
place.
Of the pack. If you're just looking at numbers purely, or actually no, they're 23rd. But the way it looks, they look like the worst power play in the league.
it's just so boring. There's no creativity at all. It's all perimeter. It's all easy, point back to the wing, back to the point. Maybe they'll rim it around the boards or something. There's no play in the center. There's no. They say that they try to run set plays, but I feel like I haven't seen them attempt to run a play.
No, they just, like I said,
the only thing they added, which is fine.
The only thing they've added are like stuff plays every now and then. That's it. Like, it was so funny.
Yeah, and it's not even.
I was kind of glad in a
What I
sense
wouldn't
that
give to see.
Go ahead.
Someone go.
No, you go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say what I wouldn't give to see, like, the winger take the puck, pass it to the goal line, and then someone streaks into the middle of the ice and they just finds him in the middle of four guys and just buries the puck. That's a set play I want to see. What I'd give to see that on this team, please. But it's never going to happen. Nothing's ever. It's been way too long to expect changes because nothing has changed.
It was very funny to see Seth Appert. Saturday night, they came back from commercial, and Seth Appert was drawing up a play. And I think it was the timeout right before they pull the goalie. And they win the draw clean, and it goes to Tage Thompson in the slot. And he dumps it off to Matthias Samuelsson.
I could not believe that.
Which is like,
I was like,
okay, I know you hated the play. Listen, I'm sure Carolina was all up in the middle, and Samuelsson just missed the net. It's just more so like that was that the play? You won the draw clean.
Well, that was my thing. I was like, I don't know where we are in the league in faceoffs, but we are doing awful, and we're finally win a faceoff. Yeah, we finally win a faceoff clean to our best player, and he passes it to a defensive defenseman. I was like, what are we doing?
Cooking. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, he has been cooking, but like, come on. And that's how the game ended, because they suck on 6-on-5. That's been a friggin' issue for 5 years now.
What is with this team when they have an extra help around the
I've
ice?
never seen anything like it, dude. I've never seen, like, it's so
I get more excited for penalty kills. Am I crazy that I get a little bit excited when I see the penalty kill go out there because I'm like,
yeah, because I see Ryan
Tuck and poke the puck away.
Well, I see Ryan McLeod out there. I'm like, oh, he knows what he's doing.
2-on-1, and then I see the power play. I'm like, ugh. 2 minutes of bullshit. Here we go.
It's so you see a 6-on-5 and you just know the game's over. You're like, right when that happened, I was like, okay, we're losing 5-3. Guaranteed.
When's the last time they've scored on a 6-on-5?
I was about to ask that question.
I think it was
idea.
Probably the Vegas game, which they scored with a one-timer from Dahlin from 50 feet out.
Just lucky.
That was how they did it. That was how they did it.
Man, it's insane.
Should not be this hard.
You have they took a player off the ice from the other team. You have more room to work with. You have an advantage. How do you look worse?
This feels like
every
basic
time.
physics, like the laws of the universe just should insinuate you have more time and space out there and more chances to score. And it just has not seemed to be the case.
That doesn't not from what I've seen.
It's just a momentum killer too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I'm trying to find it right now. I think we had like a power play in the second period against the Hurricanes. Obviously, we played very bad that period, but like we did absolutely nothing for that power play. And then you lose all the momentum, and Carolina gets all this momentum. The Carolina fans get behind them, and it's like it's just. All you have to do is look competent out there, and you could gain some momentum on that, and you could, get something going. But instead, you're literally getting a power play, and then the other team is starting to feel better about themselves after that power play.
Yeah. Or another example is you're playing a Blues team that sat their best winger for just healthy
and
scratch
you're playing
purposes,
a goalie with an .836 save percentage.
And you give up a shorthanded goal. You have a power play, and you give up a shorthanded goal. And that's that immediately. I knew we were losing that game. As soon as they went up 1-0 there, I was like, this game's done. They're not.
Fans are catching on, too. The power play got booed that night.
good.
Like it's not just. Sometimes you feel like our space is like an echo chamber. Like it doesn't. I feel like people who are there a few times a week are like, hey, I'm starting to get a sense that this 5-on-4 shit kind of, it's not working. It's not working real well.
Like I think the fans have been a little bit harsh with the boos. Like during the stretch where they were,
Right,
there would be a period or two they'd boo them off the ice, and I'd be like, all right, come on. The one thing I'd love to hear get booed every single time is the power play, without a doubt. Just if they fail a break in, but I'm right.
First
behind
one
you
of the
with that
game.
one.
First one. If they don't go,
No.
Yeah.
I've seen it too many times.
Let's
Way
just
too many times.
We'll do a walkout. Like, how about that?
Everybody
We'll
stand up, turn around, and just don't look at the ice. It's like we're not watching this nonsense.
Jonah just mentioned it. We haven't. It's crazy. It took us 35 minutes to say that we got shut out to a goalie who had an .836 save percentage coming into the game. He's 67th in the league in expected goals saved above expected out of 73. Like, I was just looking at his stats.
That was before that game too, so he might have, like, aside from like Linus Ullmark, he might have been the worst.
Yeah, he let up 2 his first game. Then he let up 8 goals, 7 goals, 6 goals, 3 goals, 6 goals, 0 goals, and then he just lost and let up 4 goals again.
We made him look like prime Dominic Hasek that night. Man. It's always something with this team, man. It can never just be we always hope for the day where we could just talk about a team that consistently wins. This is fun, but what are you going to do?
It was the most predictable loss though, Thursday.
Oh, 100%.
I just felt like right when I saw that Jordan Kyrou was being benched, I was like, "Oh my god, we were going to lose this game, aren't we?" And of course they did. I was like, "This is
worked that game too. That was the worst part."
Mm-hmm. A team that got bag skated that day.
Yeah,
I know.
Like JP and I were talking after because we had beer league after the Blues game, and I was telling him it's like you're supposed to beat that St. Louis team, but it's almost like a rabid dog that has nothing to play for. That night, like they literally have there's no pressure on the Blues at all. All the pressure's on you to win that game because the Blues, they've sucked. Their goalies have sucked. They just got bag skated and they benched their first line winger. There's no pressure.
82 games the past 2 years, and he got benched.
Yes. Literally none of the pressure was on the Blues. It was all on the Sabres, and they folded under it. It's like, it's like you're backed into a corner, and hockey's a weird sport, but it is very momentum based. And as soon as they gave up that shorthanded goal, it just, you knew it was not going to be a good night at home for the first time in a long time too, because they've been good at home. They haven't been bad.
And tell me why. Colton Ellis did not play against his former team.
Yeah.
Why?
100% agree with you there.
It doesn't make sense.
He's played one game and you have him on the roster. That was the perfect night to play him. Like, why? Just, they served that storyline up to you on a silver platter.
I think now
that you picked up from the Blues.
I know.
Plays his former team.
I don't disagree. I don't want to be the guy, but I'm sort of starting to feel like the person who has to defend a Luukkonen a little bit, just a little bit. He was not good against the Blues, obviously. I'm defending at least what the teams think. Like, JP, we talked last episode. Why do you think they played him against the Capitals? Second half of a back-to-back. Get him going. Get him reps. Second half of a back-to-back. I think with the Blues, it was the same thing. I mean, is there an easier start that Luukkonen is going to get compared to that?
I guess not.
I'm just saying.
In a vacuum. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think that's what they're thinking. They're trying to make up for lost time. They're trying to get them reps, trying to get them game reps, like that. The Blues game is probably the highest probability of win game they'll have all season. Got their ass kicked the night before, skated that morning, sat one of their best players. Second half of a back-to-back with travel. And what, they only had like 15 shots that game? Like, talk about as easy of a game as you're going to get. That's probably what they were thinking with Luukkonen.
Well, he can get all the reps he wants when, the inevitable happens.
It was 17 shots. If they don't trust, okay, clearly, like, they don't trust Colton Ellis for some reason, or they just don't want to play him. So, like, I can make the same argument that you just said for Colton Ellis. Like, if they're worried about him, having a bad game and that Lyon or Luukkonen could have played better, why not play Ellis that night against one of the worst teams?
He didn't play in training camp. They're trying to make up for lost time.
I get it. It's really, really dumb. I don't get not playing Ellis at all. And even just the Blues game, it makes no sense to me.
I get what Jonah's getting at. Like it is the organizational mindset of going about it, but I'd have to side with JP. You should have played Colton Ellis against this guy. And I know I'm biased towards UPL, but
it's not even his former team. He never played for them.
He was in the organization.
I know, but it wasn't even a revenge game. Like, they didn't know he
Well,
the Sabres claimed him. The
They
Sabres
never
claimed
brought
him.
him up, though.
I know, but I understand. Hindsight's 20/20.
I agree.
I
I
don't
mean,
when that game ended, like
stuff,
the third goal, I was like, holy shit, Luukkonen. Or I think it was the disallowed goal. Like, the Blues almost went up 3-0 before the empty netter.
The second one was brutal.
Or maybe it was the second one.
It was that one that went under his glove from like from the wall.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
mean,
dude.
I thought on the breakaway, like, he gave himself zero chance. Like, Matthew Joseph had all he did was go right to left, and Luukkonen just did not get over whatsoever.
I was at the game with John, who's occasionally on the BST pod, and he was like, UPL looked like he was out of position on a breakaway. Like, how is that even possible? I was like, you're right. I have no idea how you could be out of position on a friggin' breakaway.
Yeah, but I mean, that's probably. That was what his
looking at
injury
money
was.
puck.
It was going post to post.
Yeah. Quarter money puck. UPL 62nd out of 73 goalies in goals saved above expected. Colton Ellis is 26th, and he's only played one game.
Well, you get sample size a little bit with that one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's one game.
He had 2.8 goals saved above expected in one game, and he hasn't played since.
I don't disagree.
Where's Lyon right now? Isn't he like 15 or something?
Lyon's 19th.
19th.
You know who's 20th?
That's,
Eric Howard.
Eric the accountant.
Good for him.
Well, he's isn't he back in
He's with
He's
Winnipeg
back.
still.
Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's you
That's
have
fine.
a job backing
Listen,
up Hellebuck. You get your stats padded a little bit, maybe.
I understand why people don't like Luukkonen. I get it, because he's given them no reason to like him the last year or so. Like, probably this point last year was when everything dropped off. I just hope we keep the same energy, that's all. I thought Alex Lyon was horrible against Carolina for the most part. I thought the goals were horrible. How about that? I thought the first one was similar to the Blues breakaway, where he was kind of slow to get over. I mean, the shot hit his blocker. The second one, was that the one where the Sabres were getting worked at one point? Like, Carolina was just putting on a shooting clinic? Or no, the second one was the Svechnikov one-timer, which I thought he was positioned for horribly. Like, he gave himself no chance.
That's the one thing I'll say I've noticed is that on these cross-ice passes and on these one-timers, he just does not look like he's ready. Because there was another goal like that. It might have been the Utah game or a game before that. He just does not look like he's prepared for those.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of far out. I don't think Svechnikov really got all of it. And then the third one, this is one that me and JP were sort of arguing about. Like, the Sabres were getting worked for like a minute straight. But the shot came, it was like a one-timer, but it was a one-timer off one knee. It snuck under his glove. He wasn't screened. It was from like the top of the circles. It just went under his armpit, and it's like, okay, I guess the Sabres were getting worked, so I guess you throw your hands up on that one. But then, if he doesn't let in the Eric Robinson goal 20 seconds into the third period, which never left the ice, and like I don't know where else Robinson could have shot that puck, Sabres tie that game. I just, and you didn't hear any, if Luukkonen starts that game and the Sabres go down 4-1, make it 4-3, and then lose 6-3, like Luukkonen is getting he's getting the entire brunt of the fan base.
That's fair.
That's a completely fair argument. It's just, Lyon has had multiple good games, and we just haven't seen one out of UPL yet. I'm sure once he gets one, maybe he'll string a few games together.
He won us the Capitals game. I'm not going to say he played great the whole night, but he played amazing in overtime.
Yeah, he took us through that shootout too. They were on the ice for like 3 minutes. Those forwards, they were dead.
Yeah. Well, before, or at least when that third goal happened, where me and Jonah were arguing about it, I was at the point I was like, we've scored 2 goals in the last, 110 minutes or 140 minutes of play or whatever it was. So I was like, as much as the goaltending's been bad, we haven't scored any goals. But then we actually scored a few goals, so it actually did make the goaltending look worse. But that was the bigger issue for those first 2 games of this 3-game losing streak so far. I think it's just been those goal scoring.
I'm just with the goaltending. I don't know. I just feel like the grass isn't going to be as green as people might think. In my opinion, I don't know. At this point in the season, given where we're at, I almost feel like now it's not even worth it to argue about. But I get it. Like if I could snap my fingers and Luukkonen, if I could snap my fingers, sure. If I could snap my fingers and Luukkonen was off the roster, sure, I'd do it. Just so people could get their wish, and I guess he's off the roster or whatever. I just hate 3 goalies. I hate 3 goalies. When he started the St. Louis game, I'm like, this is not a 3-goalie rotation, actually. It's a 2-man rotation with insurance.
Mm-hmm. And it came out after the Blues game that the Sabres gave Colin Liles a housing ticket. So
he's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. And then I guess if they did move him, they have to pay for his housing at his next spot. And
Terry's not paying
for that. So he's staying on this roster.
So yeah, Colton, we'll get you some government housing somewhere. Don't you worry, buddy.
I gotta imagine Ellis plays sometime this week, right?
Lindy
and not
said
even just because he hasn't played in a while, but Lyon and UPL both did not have good games their last 2 games.
Imagine they throw him in against the Colorado Avalanche. All right, buddy. Here you go.
Welcome back. Your first game in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's true. That'd be funny if we just spot started him every time against the Red Wings.
Oh yeah.
He just puts on a clinic every time.
Yeah. Even though
he goes full bubble Vitek Vanacek on the Red Wings.
Yeah.
All right. What else? I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, we're ignoring the big conversation, like the wider, we're talking about the day-to-day stuff, like it still kind of matters right now. I'll bring up Bowen Byram was him in Carolina was a game of all time for Bowen Byram.
I saw the advanced stats after the end of the game. He could have done a little bit better. Could have been a little bit better that night.
Somebody posted the stats. I think Kevin posted them on Twitter. I gotta pull them up. They're pretty funny. They're pretty funny. I think the Sabres had 2.33 expected goals against the whole night against. Bowen Byram was out there for 2.05 of them.
Jeez.
It was somewhere along those lines.
That's incredible. He had a rough week, I'll say. Even us on this pod, we were saying how good he was playing coming into this week, but he had a rough one to the point where they finally switched up the D pairs today in practice.
Connor Timmins, man. Come on,
Good luck,
buddy.
soldier.
Good luck, sir.
You're next up. Yeah. Bowen Byram at 5v5 against Carolina. 8 shot attempts for. 33 against.
Jesus.
4 shots for. 20 against. 0.25 expected goals for. 1.75 expected goals against. And then here's the only one that matters. 0 goals for. 3 against.
Could it have been worse? Yes.
I don't know.
But not really. No, that was the joke I was making. It could technically be worse, but not much.
Yeah. You can't survive with him as your second pair defenseman, man. You can't do it. You can't. I don't care how much. Listen, I know we kind of opened up the floodgates a bit on the power conversation last week. I don't care how bad. I don't care how soft. I don't think how overpaid you think he is. If you think that's what he is, fine. You know what? I probably won't be able to change your mind. He's the only one that can change your mind. This team is worse off if you think they should trade him right now. For anything,
100%.
unless you're trading him for a similar type talent. Like if you're trading him for, I don't even know what would be similar. But you know what I'm getting at. Like if you're just trading Owen Power for a similar caliber player.
Noah Dobson.
Yeah, sure. Like if they did that, that was something we threw around in the off season.
Yeah.
Like if that's what you did, sure. But if you're trading Owen Power to get, I don't know, a similar caliber player, but they're a forward, and your second pair is Byram Kesselring, you're done. You're done. You're done. It cannot happen.
No.
Poor
The only one who can carry Power is, the only one who could carry Byram is Dahlin.
Yeah.
That we've seen.
I would argue
Timmins
that. I would
could
argue
be
that's
the
it.
truth. Could be the truth.
He could be the Lawrence Pilot.
Samuelson's been unbelievable. Don't bring up Pilot's name. But Samuelson has been the truth. Maybe he can carry him. But poor Kesselring, man. Trying to get, his feet under him with the Sabres, and he's been stuck with Bowen Byram.
He's brought in with the sole purpose to play with either Owen Power and Rasmus Dahlin, and he has played with, let me check my notes here, neither.
Yep. And today he practiced with Jacob Bryson. Probably because Samuelson had a rest day, I'm going to assume. Or actually, no, Samuelson might be with Power because Power was with Zach Jones, but...
No, you might be right. Because, well,
one of
I don't
those
know.
two.
Owen Power was with Zach Jones, so you might be thinking, well, maybe Samuelson just goes with Power. But I'm trying to find the quote. Where is it? I saw it floating around today. It was about Zach Jones. It's a pretty funny thing. Come on, I know I saw it earlier. Yeah, Zach Jones might get some time on power play too.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
All right.
The voices are getting louder.
Was Kesselring ever on Utah's power plays?
Yeah. I don't think he was on there a lot, but he got some time.
I'm literally down for trying anything. Put 2 defensemen
Oh, and that
on
was
the power play at this
that
point.
was I think they
That's what they
switched
were
it in
doing.
Carolina. You
3
know what?
defensemen.
Their power plays were so bad in Carolina. I actually forgot who was out there, but I know against St. Louis, Bowen Byram was their QB1.
Yeah, he was. But I think it was Power last game.
I think you're right. Who played great,
Throw the
in my
backup
opinion.
goalie
I thought he
out
played
there.
pretty good.
Actually, Power did have a good game. Yeah. And he had a goal.
Yeah, he had a goal. He scored.
Yep.
Crazy.
I can't believe Kesselring didn't score against Utah. That was unbelievable. Right when that happened, I was like, oh, my God.
We know you know who did score against Utah. Noah Oslin.
No Oslin.
I think one silver lining from this stretch. I think Roseanne's been decent. But Oslin looks good, man. Like he's getting comfortable, I think, especially these last few games. And like, it sucks that Lindy didn't like what he was seeing against Carolina because I thought he looked good in the first period for the most part and had that nice assist to Power. And I mean, him and Roseanne stole you a point against Utah last week. It's encouraging. I think Oslin is a player. Like I think he is a guy.
I agree. Yeah, he's looked good. That line of Oslin, Roseanne, and Quinn, I feel like has actually been decent.
Mm-hmm.
The new kid line.
Yeah, and then they tried forcing Tage on it, and Tage was the worst player on that line.
He's too
What
old.
is up with him, man? Yeah, he's too old. Age limit, brother.
Yeah. But yeah, Oslin's been good. It makes me wonder, like, with all the injuries we're having, like,
I was wondering the same.
Are they going to bring Hellenius up at some point?
Like, is it worth it now? Like, are you still all out for winning games?
I mean, if you're super desperate for just bodies, you might have to.
Yeah, but you could always do like I don't know. You could look for another Josh Dunn. Josh Dunn, man. He's look good.
There's some
we had this conversation.
surprises, man.
We had
There have
this
been some
conversation.
pleasant surprises.
We had this conversation last week. He looks good, and I think I saw his RAPM chart floating out there. Like it's not fraudulent. Like it's pretty good given the minutes he's getting.
Dude, fourth line, Kozak, Dunn, and throw like Peyton Krebs in there too.
Dude, like
Or Malenstein. That's fine.
Kozak's been stuck on that quote-unquote second line with Jordan Greenway, and then I'm not even sure who it was Doan. It was Kozak, Greenway, and Doan. But the fourth line has been Krebs when he's not going up, but Krebs, Malenstein, and Dunn, and it's actually been good. Look at that.
yeah,
That is.
look at that. For anybody
It's about what you want out of a
watching us on
fourth-line player, to
YouTube.
be honest.
that is more than what you want as like a fourth line. That is very good. Like you got,
That's
you got
okay with me, man.
positive offensive numbers from Josh Dunn. I mean, hell yeah, man. Good. What a good story. What a good little story.
And he had a fight.
He did have a fight that he won.
Did you see that his sisters played against each other in the rivalry series?
Is
in
this his
Buffalo?
wife and
Or his wife and
wife
sister?
and sister? Yeah,
I was gonna
think that's
say.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a little weird if
Yeah, I was like,
One was born
country.
in the country,
Yeah.
one was born out of it.
Yes, he was. Yeah, his wife and his sister were playing in Buffalo, and I think the U.S. won. I think it was 6-1.
yeah.
Yep, Hillary Knight hat trick.
God bless, man.
Best hockey KeyBank
What
center
is
has
it?
seen this season.
That's probably true.
All right. Anything else before we get, I feel like, into the broader scope conversation? Should probably hit it. I don't know. Should probably hit an ad read before we get into that.
That's a good idea. We did forget to do it last episode. I had to remind Jonah after. We went 3 hours
know.
without
It
doing
is.
it.
We went
And then
3
Jonah-
hours,
Jonah
and I
didn't
couldn't.
start it.
Insert an ad
I
read.
could not
Yeah.
sneak in an ad read.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Won't happen again.
Oh, man.
Well, if you're hurt in a car, you can call our sponsor, William Mattar, 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Mattar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only call William Mattar. 844-444-4444. All right. So, anybody that was on Twitter today saw that I put out a rare little written piece from myself. I think after everything went down today, I don't know why, but I just had the sudden urge to write down a few thoughts instead of just waiting to come on here and speak them.
I didn't even know the website was still up.
Website is still up. You can go to my Twitter, go to our Twitter to go read it. It's if you don't want to feel doom and gloom, I would not read it. Christian was telling me before we hit record that I apparently ruined his day. So, my bad.
You ruined my positive vibe because JP was talking about, he's, trying to bring some positive energy in. I wasn't here last episode, and I'm usually like one of the more positive voices on here. And then I read your thing, and I was like, well, after reading what Jonah wrote today, I don't know anymore. I feel like a little less confident in where we're going and how this is going to end. So.
Yeah. I'm not feeling great. I'm not. And I don't mean that in like a tongue in cheek, like, oh, what's the Simpsons mean? Like, he chuckles, I'm in danger. Like, that's kind of how I feel, but it's more like, I kind of think they're fucked. I mean, your franchise star is out. By the way, in your last 10 games, without Rasmus Dahlin, you are 0-8-2. That's only dating back to last season. That is not like his entire career. Like, this is not like pulling stats from like 2019. That's just last year. That is the games this year and the games he missed. Also, it could be 0-9-2 if you count his injury last year. When he left the game, they were winning 4-1. They lost that game 6-4. You guys saw that in person.
Ugh, worst. I think me and JP weren't even like upset. We were just like in just shock.
Think about it. In all the
it's like
50,
we saw a war crime.
In all the 56 years of this franchise, you might have seen the worst game in home history.
Yeah, it was.
They've
probably
never
the
blown a
worst
4-0 lead
yeah.
at home.
And we were eating chicken tendies, so
of course
it made it a little better.
But
some things
no, it
never
wasn't
change.
completely ruined.
The night wasn't completely ruined.
And we had
Yeah.
Panda Paws.
And we had Panda Paws. We got too much Panda Paws.
So yeah, they're 0-8-2. I'm trying to find the numbers. I know we tweeted it out. Where is it? 0-8-2, or possibly 0-9-2. They've been outscored 47-25. They've been outshot 303-239. They can barely play hockey without Dahlin.
Wait, say the shots again?
303-239.
Oh,
That's
man.
a 64 shot difference.
One guy just make or break you. That's how important he is to this team.
And if it was just him, like maybe you could trudge along, If it was just Dahlin, you could absolutely make the argument the season is still alive. It's all about staying alive in this race. Just get points, stay competitive. And hey, even if you have to hold out till like January, like maybe it's February, or maybe it's after the Olympic break. Maybe you don't get Dahlin back till like mid-February. I forget when the Olympic window is, but like maybe you get him back in February or something along those lines. You got to hold out for 3 months. That might be tough. It will be tough, but like maybe you can do it. Then once you get him back, you can make a push for the playoffs. But it's not just him. It's not even close. You might not get Yuri Kulik at all this season. Done. Like just like that, snap of a finger, his season might be done. Life is cruel. And he was, even with Josh Norris being healthy, Yuri Kulik was so important to this team winning games. He was your second line center. Or third line center, depending on what they did with Ryan McLeod. But like, Yuri Kulik was integral to this team being competitive, being good, making the playoffs. Done. done for months on end. And then you get to Josh Norris, dude, who even if you get back, are you going to feel safe? And even then, he hasn't played hockey by the time he gets back, 1 or 2 months. He's catching up for lost time. He's not conditioned. He's not, and they're going to need him in a higher role right away, which, like, is that smart? Probably not. Probably not.
I want to say the same about Dowling. I was thinking this. Whenever he comes back, like, he wouldn't have played for a few weeks, maybe a month. It's like he's not going to be himself right away.
No, and
I have more confidence he'll get back quicker than Josh Norris, but
it will be a valid excuse that's going to happen when he comes back. He's probably not going to be playing the best. But I just thought of that today too. I was like, he's going to be back, but he's not even going to be his best. But continue, Jonah.
yeah, and it just those are three, like, other than Tage Thompson and probably Owen Power and I guess Alex Tuck. Like, there's probably 3 players, but, like, aside from those 3, like, those, those players are so important to your roster, and they might be done. You don't know when they're coming back. You don't know. And I'm not saying, because I sort of was starting to get, look, before I knew Kulik had a friggin' blood clot, before I knew all of this stuff, like, after the Carolina game, I was just kind of starting to think about the season, because, like, if that's the roster we're going to see for the rest of the year, like, this team's not making the playoffs. They're not. And it's like, when they're healthy, fully healthy, they are a good team. I do believe that. I think we've seen enough of that. They're still, like, top 10 in expected goals for per 60, at least off of Jay Fresh's numbers. Penalty killed, still killing it. Like, they have the basis of a good team. But with these injuries, I would be amazed if they're somehow able to play 500 hockey for, like, the next month before they get one of those guys back. I would be so amazed, unless you ride hot goaltending for the entirety of it.
Yeah. Look, when you get to a certain point in a season, which has been the case the last couple of years, when expectations start to taper off and apathy starts to set in, you start to find at least me personally, you start to find yourself getting less and less frustrated with games and more or less just, oh well, lost another game. I think I'm at the point right now with how the forward group is built and just tragic injuries throughout this entire
roster. What's it built with?
I'm going, what?
Like, what's it built with? Like, what would you even, like, compare it to? Like, this building is built of, like, with the current pillars in place. You got Peyton Krebs as your second line center right now.
Wet paper and popsicle sticks. It's like there's a small chance it'll be held up, but it's very slim. But what I was trying to get at was, I feel like every time I turn the TV on and watch a game from here on out, I'm expecting them to lose, which I hate. But it's just purely a paper and numbers game. Just matching up lines, looking at talent, and just looking at some of the basic stats. I think with all these injuries, they are a bottom 5 team in the league, which is unfortunate because, like you said, they've been fantastic when they were healthy. They were good. They had a slow start. It's okay. Got back on track. They were doing great. And then just the gods hate us. Just injuries that I could have never even fathomed in my entire life.
I mean, now, this is your bottom 5, not including the Sabres. Calgary's last, then it's St. Louis, then Nashville, then Columbus, then Washington. Are they better than any of those teams on paper right now? Calgary, St. Louis, Nashville, Columbus, Washington.
Maybe Calgary.
Maybe. I'd probably say yes. I'd probably say yes. St. Louis, though, I'd still probably say no. Like their goaltending, it just kind of killed them. Except against
And Logan
them,
to you.
you know. And Logan, yeah. Nashville's pretty bad.
Yeah, they just got a bunch of unks.
Yeah.
Ryan
Like
O'Reilly.
Columbus.
Losing his love for the
Ryan
Oh my
O'Reilly's.
God, Ryan O'Reilly. Does that guy ever stop bitching? Oh my God, this fucking guy.
You said something again today. Like, oh, I should have kept my mouth shut, or
Yeah, shut the hell up, dude. Like, how many times are you gonna pull this bullshit? Like, enough. Cry about it. Fuck off.
he kind of did. He kind of did cry about it.
Cool. Cry more.
Yeah, they're not better. They're not better than Columbus. We saw that. They're not better than Washington. Then Florida. Florida is 7-1.
Silence speaks volumes.
Man, Chicago is 8-5-3. What the hell is this season? Top 10 in the league. Anaheim,
it
man,
is
11-3-1.
I know.
Friggin' Quenneville, man.
Some of these, I was looking at the top points in the league because McKinnon is 29 and he's at the top. You know who the next three guys are?
Well, I know
Leo
Bedard and
Carlson.
Celebrini.
Leo Carlson and Bedard are both tied at 25, and then Celebrini's at 24.
Yeah.
It's a young man's
Like
game.
the Ducks and Chicago were not supposed to be any good, but
Let's
best
see. Do we
players
think
are
Leo
playing very
Carlson will keep shooting 27%?
Oh my God, no.
Do we think William Nylander will be shooting 32%?
Oh, and Toronto has been struggling too, and he's shooting
Oh, I know.
32%.
That's crazy.
Tell you, put that on a list of things you love to see. Toronto's struggling again. Let's keep that up, guys.
Like,
It's
what?
a good silver lining of this season.
Can't make fun of any of these teams, man. It's insane.
I know.
You can't. Like, we're always punching up, never down.
It's only funny when it happens to someone else.
Ah, man, dude. Anyways, let's get back to my overall point is like I just feel like we're about to see a huge drop off here. Like it just makes sense. I mean, I'll pull up their schedule.
The cliff is coming.
I know, Utah this week, Colorado this week, Detroit this week. Then I think they got Edmonton their first game back at home, which I know they've been struggling, but still, Connor McDavid's going to maybe be playing against Peyton Krebs
He ain't
on
ready.
some shifts. Like
Connor McDavid ain't ready.
like that could be bad. I think they got a game against Montreal coming in. Like let's look through the end of this month. It goes Utah, Colorado, Detroit, Edmonton. Then they got Calgary, Chicago. Then they got Carolina again, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Minnesota. Like it just does not like I guess it lightens up a bit at the start of December. You've got Philly, 2 games against Winnipeg, then Calgary. But man, dude, I just don't foresee a scenario where they survive this.
If you can keep your head above water until mid-December and get some guys back, I think that's the only situation I see in which they could still be like 5 points out of a playoff spot.
they have to try and stay 500, and then they have to go on a run at some point. That's already what it's coming down to. And
I just don't.
this is the 6th week of the season. It's just
I just don't feel like it's feasible, man. Like that's just where I'm at. Like if you gave them 82 games of a fully healthy team, I think they could make the playoffs. Like it's not even a guarantee. Like if you're the Florida Panthers, you're looking at your team. Yeah, you're 500. You're down Barkov and Kachuk. Like you can survive and wait that out, and the Sabres just don't have that luxury. Like even when everybody's back, I mean, look, you're getting Dahlin back, yes, but Josh Norris, we don't even know coming into the season. We don't even know if he's a good second line center. Like we're just so worried about his health, and we were so hooked on like a good preseason stint. We don't know what he was even when he was healthy. And now even Yuri Kulik, blood clot, plus baked into maybe a sophomore slump. Like, it just doesn't feel feasible to me, man. And it just could not happen this year. It just couldn't happen. There's too much looming over the franchise right now.
Or
you don't know what they're going to look like in 6 months' time.
Or is it the season you wanted it to happen? Stay with me now, Jonah. Because if you could take them sneaking into the playoffs, getting shellacked, and then the front office gets an extension, versus you had your one last chance, didn't work out, you got a clean house, what would you rather have?
I'd rather them clean house.
I understand there's a lot looming. Tage Thompson could very well be dealt. Alex Tuck. Seems like if a deal doesn't get done, it's all but a formality at this point by the deadline. I think Rasmus Dahlin stays at least another year. I don't think he's going anywhere just yet.
I feel like a part of him probably feels like he maybe owes the franchise.
Yeah.
Like he
After
not
this.
that he doesn't owe the franchise.
Yeah. Sorry,
he doesn't.
Sorry.
He doesn't. I just want to make he just might it's Dahlin. It's just the type of person he is. He might
he's
feel
a nice guy.
Yeah, he already
And we've treated him well with this whole situation.
I mean, I'd hope we would.
Well,
I know what you mean.
Christ, if we did.
Yeah.
God help us. Just fold it. Just pack it up now.
There was stuff that came out like in the off season that we really helped out, and he was appreciative. And obviously, like we're letting him go. Like, not that we're letting. I don't know how to phrase it without sounding bad, but like we encouraged him to go. Like he should go be with his family. Like Lindy the head coach told him, go be with your wife. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, at least from the outside looking in, it seems like the Sabres are generally trying to be helpful with Dahlin. So I think he's probably feels good with how the organization has treated him with this whole situation.
And to add to that, I saw it on Twitter. I know Marty Baron was circling it around. I know Two Goalies, One Mike, they were circling it around too. Please go donate to the Rasmus Dahlin Foundation. They've been picking up. They do a lot for this community. Dahlin and his wife Carolina, they're always doing charity work around the city. There's been, I think the trend right now is donating in $26 increments. So if you have the money, or if you're feeling like donating to a good cause, I would 100% recommend going to their website and donating.
Agreed. Please go do that. How do we get on that? What was the point we were trying to make with all that? Well, right, like the whole future. Like, I don't think, I just don't see Dahlin being one to ask out yet. Everybody has their breaking point, and we could be wrong. Maybe he does. It just feels like it just could not happen this year. You don't know who your GM's going to be. You don't know who your head coach is going to be. You don't know who your assistant coaching staff is going to be. You don't know probably who most of the front office is going to be. And you don't know, and at least, and that's like behind the scenes stuff. So you could maybe say that, they'll figure it out. But now you've got the Alex Tuck thing too. And that's a huge piece of your team. What you do with him will signal to the rest, will signal to everybody else what you're trying to do.
That's going to be the catalyst of what happens next.
Yeah.
Good season or bad. If they trade him at the deadline, I think more likely than not Tage is going. And after that, I mean, you're looking at a full front office restructuring, and Lindy's Lindy's definitely not head coach, but I
can't imagine.
I don't know.
Give him a few years to clear his head, because Jesus Christ, have these last 2 years been not what he signed up for at all.
Quote, I'm at a loss for words from what I'm seeing.
That was 2 months into his tenure.
Actual quote from Lindy Ruff last season.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much. Like, even if they make the playoffs, somehow, like, things still change. So it's
Part of the
horrible
ebbs and
time.
flows of the NHL.
Yeah, I mean, it's just horrible timing for the injuries. It's horrible timing every which way, but because of the question marks, you're forced to make decisions here, and you're forced to deal with the fact you might be in a lost season already. I think you are. They're not out of it yet. I mean, they're only technically one game over. They're only one game under 500, technically. You know, from a different perspective, they're 5-10, but they're only one game under 500. It's like it's not lost yet, but I feel like the cliff is coming, and I feel like I would just hope they're honest with themselves as to like what this team's next steps are. And for me, it means pulling the plug. It means, you know, at least with look, I don't know. A lot hinges on what their core players want to do, what Donnelly wants to do, what Tage wants to do. At the very least, I'm dead certain Alex Tuch should be dealt. Like, if this team come November is 5, 6, 7 games under 500, just accept what you are. This year you were genuinely dealt a bad hand, and you just need to accept it. Just pull the Band-Aid off. There's no dancing around it. I get why people are so like if you even say the word rebuild, like I said in my piece, you know, I used the term rebuild, and it felt like I felt icky typing it. Like I felt like, oh God, like we're really here again. Like I'm using this terminology, and yeah, it sucks. It sucks. You don't like it should not have gotten to this point. This team, this franchise, based on where they were just 3 years ago when the 22-23 season ended, and now you're here. You've got nothing to show for it except ruined developments, botched trades, botched signings, botched coaching decisions, botched management decisions, and now you're right back. You're getting closer to being right back to square one from 2021. But it sucks, and you have to move forward, and you have to make those decisions, and you can't be caught, you know, as I put it, kind of wallowing in self-pity for the whole season. And like, there's just no scenario in my mind you should end up with Alex Tuch still on your roster. Like, even if they're good, like, even if they were still in this playoff race, I'm still like, you cannot sign this guy for 8 years at $11.5 million. Even $10 million, I'd still be like, or like 10.5, I'd still be like, I don't think they should do that. It's just not smart. And if you say goodbye to him, you're pretty much saying goodbye to your competitive window right now. I know, it's pessimistic. I wish we weren't here. I wish we weren't here on November friggin' 10th. But just look at the roster, man. Look at the roster. This would be the most insane playoff push maybe ever.
Other than the St. Louis Blues, probably.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Did they have...
More insane. Maybe more insane.
If they made the playoffs with this group, build the entire team a statue. Do one of, you know how they had, remember how, like, the mid-2000s teams, they would have those the team picture, they'd be lined up on the bench, their equipment, or their jerseys would be off, but they'd still have their equipment on. Like, do one of those statues just for the 25-26 team, if they pull it off.
If they pull it off. Oh, man.
It's hard to even put a positive spin on this because, like, where I'm at, like, I'm not completely giving up on the season yet. We're still only 15 games in. There's 65 games left, 67 actually left to play. There's a lot of time left, and just 2 weeks ago, we were so high on this team. Like, we were feeling really good. But the injuries, it's like, it's not even like they're playing bad. It's like if they were playing bad, like you could put a positive twist on it. Like they just need to start playing good again. It's like the injuries are just very tough to come back from. So I can't even blame Jonah or anyone else for being very negative or thinking this already, because it's going to be very hard to recover from this. And I don't want to accept it yet. I guess that's where I'm at. I don't want to. I don't want to think what happens if Tuck moves and then everything else after that, and we go through another rebuild and it doesn't turn into a 14-year playoff drought. It's going to be like a 16 or 17. Like, it's just I'm not ready to accept it, but we're getting to the point where this could easily be a lost season with the injuries mounting and subpar play from Tage, and I don't know. I do think if they get to that point, a lot of decisions will have to be made. It won't just be Tuck. Like, gotta decide what you're gonna do with your goaltending situation. Like, god damn it, like that's one of the first things I think they should figure out whenever they do decide to finally give it up. Like Jonas said in his article, like, just give Levi a chance, give him the reins, and see if he's a legit goalie. Like, they'll have a lot of decisions to make, but I don't want to be there yet. So as long as Tuck's still in the team, I will try and put a positive spin on this for all of those who don't want to be too negative.
The tendies are still warm at KeyBank Center for JP this season.
That's damn right. You know what? I had tendies Thursday. They were very good, but those fries I had, compliments to the chef. They were seasoned incredibly. It was probably the best fries I've ever had there. I was like, I was digging for more, and there was nothing left.
They're just like the thick cut fries, right? Kinda.
Yeah. They did the waffle fries like 2 years ago, maybe last year too.
Man, bring back the waffle fries.
I'm not the biggest fan of waffle fries, but those fries that I had Thursday night, incredible.
He said, "My compliments to the chef."
Yeah, whoever was working at that 300
working for
stand,
Delaware North.
Yeah.
It's like I said at the start. I don't think it's going to set in until people see more of this team without the pieces they're missing.
Well, I will say I was actually surprised on how many people were agreeing with you, because you had a tweet about it, or you tweeted your own article and then you tweeted it on Sabre Report, and there was actually more people agreeing with you than disagreeing with you, which I was a little surprised by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, Joe Brady's kind of taking the attention of the city right now, so people might catch on eventually.
I'm glad we don't have to talk about that.
They're still 6-3. That's all I'm gonna say.
They don't look good.
Yeah, they don't look good. They're still 6-3. The Sabres don't look good, and they're under 500.
What's the record in their last four, though? Are they 1-3?
2-3. Oh no, 4. Yeah, 1-3.
Not great.
Yeah, they don't look good, but I think a lot of overreacting is going on, even though I think some of the reacting is valid.
Yeah, no, it's definitely valid. I mean, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but it just to summarize, every single time the offense steps on the field, it just looks like a struggle. Whether they win or lose, it just hurts to watch.
Joe Brady has been ass, and Josh Allen has been ass. So
I think it all rolls back to the top.
And you want to talk about injuries? Their friggin' defense is getting
oh my God.
injuries again. There's something in the water in Buffalo. Like, Terry Bagula is feeding these players something wrong. It's incredible.
Someone fed Jason Zucker the wrong thing because he got the worst of it.
All right. I don't know what else we really want to touch on.
I have one question. If they do decide to punt on the season, they trade talk, they do all this, when or do they fire Kevin Adams before they do all this?
I don't like. This is what I'm dealing with. It's like, how do you do this? Because it's like, to an extent, it would feel dirty to fire him because of injuries.
No one.
Like, you can't do that. But it's like, I want Jarmo Kekalainen making the decision on the Alex Tuch trade.
Kevin Adams has had enough chances. I really wouldn't feel bad at all.
So I don't know. Like, I guess it's probably something you won't see. I guess if they make the Tuck trade, you hope Kekalainen's there alongside him. I don't know, man. It's just so. I'm just so nervous. I'm so nervous they're going to hide behind this. You know, if the words Kevin Adams have extended are ever like uttered, like the Buffalo Sabres Twitter account has to tweet that, and I cannot imagine the reaction they will get. They didn't even announce his. They didn't even announce his name at the home opener.
Yep.
I just can't even like foresee that.
They're not dumb. They just like to plug their ears and not listen to the noise.
I know. What would you rather have? Kekalainen take over and it's his vision, or Brendan Shanahan take over and it's his vision?
Oh, man.
I think it's so interesting that there's been another Shanahan report.
I'm going to say Brendan Shanahan for one specific reason. When he took the Leafs job back in 2014, that organization was the joke. They were the Buffalo Sabres of the league. They were a laughingstock. He came in, not only did he help construct a roster that exceeded expectations with a bunch of rookies right off the bat, right after they drafted Austin Matthews, but he changed the culture of the team. Like, he changed the identity of the organization into something that was built to win games. Just be a team that you want to, a destination. Not just because they play in Toronto, and of course that makes it easier, but make it a destination for top free agents to want to say, hey, I want to go play for that guy. I want to go play for that organization because they're doing it right there. Jarmo Kekalainen is a great general manager, and he did great things in Columbus in a smaller market. I wouldn't. If he got it over Brendan Shanahan, sure, that's fine. But man, I feel like you bring Shanahan in and he has full reins and he just pushes Terry out, like the quote the Bills have done over the past few years with their management staff. Man, I'd love to see where this franchise would go because I think it would go in good places.
Credibility just skyrockets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And if anybody's wondering what report we're referring to, there's been a lot of talk because Shanahan's taking over a role in the NHL's hockey operations department, but people think this is a very temporary thing, that he's going to return to a front office, whether it's like, I think Nashville was like brought up as a team that could maybe use some guidance, but the Sabres were another one of them. And here's the quote. It's from Nick Kyprios, which people were kind of on the fence about, like not always the most solid of stuff, but this was the quote. The most obvious team that may be interested in him is the Buffalo Sabres, an organization in dire need of some credibility and leadership, and owner Terry Pegula knows it. It sounds like Shanahan would consider taking a job there, but it would have to come with the same autonomy he enjoyed within the Maple Leafs.
If Terry just watched any time the Leafs came to town, or if he drove 2 hours, I don't know, to Toronto to watch them play, and you saw the talent that roster had, and of course they didn't get it done in the playoffs, but you saw the regular season success that team had, I would be calling Brendan Shanahan right now to get him over here and say, you could do whatever you want because I've seen you do it. You don't have to prove anything to me because you've proven it over the past decade in my division, owning our team on the ice all the time.
I just think it's very interesting that we've heard it again from Kyprios, who's a Leafs guy. And what was the first report? Was it from Adam Wild?
Mm-hmm.
I think he was the one that had heard it. So it's interesting that it is two Leafs sources kind of saying that, and like there's a little bit of distance between the reports. So yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. I like Jarmo, but Shanahan's record with his record with Toronto was so clean. which like is a weird way to frame one of the most bungled windows maybe in NHL history. But the thing with Shanahan is just like his plan should have worked. Like it just genuinely should have worked, and it just didn't. He didn't pivot. He should have. He's not perfect, but man, I mean, Christian's right. It would give them credibility, stability, and you would think he comes with a vision. And he's been in this position before. He had to build them from nothing into something, into a contender, and yeah, it will be interesting to see if like this does get blown up, who they look to, if that's a possibility. All right. I think that's basically it. All we should really touch on. Christian,
Yes.
you were on vacation recently.
I was in Dallas, Texas the past weekend. That's why I called in on phone.
You
and I
went
wasn't here in
to
person.
you went to a few sports events.
Mm-hmm. I
Did you try any food there?
Well, I mean, if you want to start with the Cowboys game, I'll tell you what, man. They have no, like, it's so corporate down there. Like, you go to a Sabres game or a Bills game, you can get a slice of pizza from Lenovo. I go to a Cowboys game, and I'm like, I want to just, I just want to get a pizza and, soda. And it's Papa John's, and it sucked. It was so bad. It was just terrible food. But I digress. Moving on.
Were there sesame seeds in the pizza?
No, there was not sesame seeds in the pizza.
Okay, that's
JP.
already better.
No, I promise you would rather be picking sesame seeds off a Lenovo slice than having a microwaved slice, a personal pizza from Papa John's. Ugh, just disgusting. But yes, I was also in attendance for the Stars-Oilers game on Tuesday. And before I get into, the meat and potatoes of the food, I will say that game was one of the best hockey games I have seen in a long time. Just talent on the ice. It went to a shootout. Stars came back from being down 3-1 in the third. Just a fantastic game. And it was Mikko Rantanen bobblehead night, so I came home with a little souvenir. But yeah, so getting into this episode of Christian's Cafeteria, I guess I thought it would only be right, since we talk about chicken tendies on this podcast so much, that when I was down there, I would get an order of the Dallas Stars chicken tenders. And the name of them, it was called Chicken Tenders by Spring Chicken Basket with Fries. That is a mouthful. $17 for chicken tenders and fries. How many chicken tenders do you think I got?
I don't know, like 3
We
or
already know
4.
I remember what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
2 chicken tenders for $17.
Were they big?
2. They were a little bit bigger than the Sabres ones.
I would hope so.
But they weren't like, if you get like a chicken finger, you know what the size of a chicken finger is. It wasn't as big as a chicken finger. It was a bigger chicken tender, but I would say it was both of them combined was the equivalent of maybe like 3.5 Sabres chicken tendies, 3.5, maybe 4. So if we're comparing both of them, these were not, they weren't super similar to the ones you get at the Blue Line Fryer over in KeyBank Center. For the same price, I think at KeyBank Center you can get the 5-piece with the fries. So this is where your comparison comes in. The Dallas Stars chicken tenders, they were not like the ground chicken tenders we have at the Sabres games. They were like the pull apart kind of ones. I didn't like it because it was a gummy texture. It was chewy. That was the big thing. The texture just threw it all off. It threw the whole thing off. Sabres, on the other hand, very, good experience. Don't need to go into it too much. Just a good experience. You get blue cheese in Buffalo. You get ranch in Dallas. The ranch was good. Can't complain about the ranch. The fries, they were pretty similar. So if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick the Sabres. I was talking to JP about it before the episode. Our concessions are on point, but the team is ass.
Yep.
I was expecting more out of Dallas with the chicken tendies, and they just didn't live up to the expectations. Great game though, great game. Would recommend going to a game down there.
Sabres tendies reign supreme.
They're ranked number 1 right now. Dallas is number 2. 30 more to go. I gotta hit all the arenas.
The chicken tendies tier list in a few years.
We're gonna get
And
there.
Sabres will be number 1.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt in my mind.
I did get a bad peer review on the Tage Parm.
Really?
I need to try it myself. Yes.
That has got to be the first one I've heard.
I had someone text me that they were there, and they got it, and it was for 2 people, and they only had half of it, and did not finish the rest.
Did they say why they didn't like it?
They just said it wasn't that good. I don't know if they said exactly why. I did ask them in person. They just said it wasn't that good, and that if I would have seen them, because I was also at the game, they would have given me the rest. But no one's wanted to get it with me yet. So someone's got to be a hero and help me with this, because I need to have it once this year.
Maybe
anything
if I
else,
join you
Christian?
For a game, we'll do it. Maybe if me and JP go to a game together, we'll split the big Parm Thompson. But,
me and you go. I'm making you try some other stuff. We need some content here.
Okay.
I'm gonna be touring Christian around the stadium.
But no, I think that wraps up this episode of Christian's Cafeteria.
Didn't try anything else at the Cowboys game?
No, I ended up just getting the pizza. But when I was in Dallas, I mean, I know it's not stadium related. I did try In-N-Out. Really good.
Oh yeah, big time.
Really good. Burgers are fantastic. It was packed too. It was like, you know how you know how a regular drive-through line just kind of circles around. This one circled around, looped back, and circled all the way back around to the front again. It was nuts, and it was during the week too. It was like a Monday.
Interesting.
And I tried Terry Black's barbecue. I don't know if there's any barbecue heads listening to this episode, but it's like one of the bigger spots in Texas. You just like a big bank of smokers, and you can just go up and pick whatever barbecue you want. Sausage, brisket, ribs, mac and cheese, all that. Great food in Texas.
That is the other one food I wish the Sabres had. I'm a chicken tendies connoisseur, but also a mac and cheese. And I don't know if they have mac and cheese there.
I know you would just go plain though. I like a good
just
a good buffalo chicken mac and cheese. Some like cut up chicken tenders in there, dude. Come on, cut up chicken tenders, little blue cheese and hot sauce and mac and cheese. Come on, bro.
It does sound.
I just gave KeyBank Center a new menu item right there.
It does sound good.
Little green onions on top, dude. Come on, let's get this ball moving, folks.
Christian and I were also at the arena last night. And then nothing.
Oh yeah, for what?
We were there for the Jonas Brothers concert.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I had a rough day yesterday. Bills lost, and the reason I wanted to go to that concert was my favorite band is the All American Rejects, and during the Bills game, they announced that their lead singer needs to go on vocal rest, and that they won't be performing. So this was a concert.
Vocal rest? Was this load management in the NBA?
I don't know. I've been looking for this concert since they announced it, and I was like the day of. Oh my god! That was like peak. Bills were down bad, and then I saw that tweet, and I was like, oh my god.
I'm sorry, JP.
Yeah, it was rough, but I will say, it was a good show. First of all, but the
It
Terry
was.
Bagula new sound system was bumping. It was loud, and I know Christian said he was texting me during the concert that he was going deaf.
Yeah, I said Tear Bear made me deaf. Thank you.
Yeah. So
They
the
were pushing
new
the limits of that
upgrades
thing.
they've put to the stadium, the new scoreboard and the sound system. It's been good. Now do some more. We had one of the fans that I met back in Washington, Kyle. He was at the Carolina game. Sorry, he had to witness that, but he said that the Carolina stadium was really nice, and he heard they put 20 million into it recently. And I was like, yeah, that's what Terry needs to do.
Is that building even old?
I
Isn't it
don't know.
Isn't it the same? It's
they
the
live
same
rent
one that
free
they
in your
had.
head, so you might know.
No, it was built in like 90s, somewhere in the 90s. They haven't moved, I don't think.
99.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, maybe they have then.
It's younger
Maybe
than
they did plan
KeyBank.
on-
Younger
I
than
actually-
KeyBank, and they got
I
renovations.
thought it was around it, but yeah, he said there were big renovations, and that he would give it a 7.5 out of 10, I believe.
It's what that additional playoff revenue could do for you.
It's amazing.
But yeah, that will wrap up this episode of Christian's Cafeteria.
Will where there'll be a Christian's cafeteria for next episode?
There might be.
Will you be joining us for the next episode? Is a bigger question.
I want to, but I had plans to go to the game. So maybe if we record on Monday again.
This guy.
I'm sorry. I already feel
It's good
bad
though.
about it.
I know you're making the rounds to some stadiums, so as long as you're eating food,
That's
fine by
true.
me.
I
Make
will
sure
have. I
You're gonna
will
need to
have
soak up
another-
some. Yeah,
I will have. I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say. It's in the near future. I will have another
yeah.
visiting stadium food review.
I like that.
That's what
But
the
I
people
know you're
want.
going to the Bills game Sunday, so I know you're gonna need to soak up some alcohol potentially. So you better eat something in there.
Okay. I gotta see what I want to get. Drop some recommendations out. If you're listening to this on YouTube, throw it in the comments. Anything that's really good, something good to try. I don't know. I think I've only ever had like, oh man, what do I usually get in the stadium other than beer? I think I've had the pizza and I think that's it. I think
They
it's
have wings
pizza.
usually. They don't have like pulled pork sandwiches or cheeseburger sliders.
I have no idea.
It's BST Pod. They Buffalo Sports Pod.
Good
They did rankings of game day foods, and Ryan did a pulled pork sandwich and cheeseburger sliders. It's like I don't know what game days you're having those at.
Oh man, good stuff. Yeah, drop some recommendations down. I'll read them.
All right. JP, I believe you're up.
It's my turn. All right, the Sabres got 3 games this week, all on the road. Like Jonas said earlier, they're looking for their first road win of the season. They faced Utah, Colorado, and Detroit. They play Wednesday at Utah at 9 p.m. on MSG, so we got some Sabres After Dark this week. Always something to look forward to. So they'll make us stay up even later and then be even more depressed as we're going to bed. This is the Doan and Kesselring revenge game, the first time back in Utah after being traded. Anticipated goaltender matchup, who knows, for the Sabres, versus either Kirill Velmenka or Vitek Vanacek. Velmenka 7-4, 881, 291 goals against. He's at a 0-0 goal saved above expected. For both of these goalies, and probably going forward, I did look up how these goalies have done against the Sabres in the past. Velmenka is 5-2 against us with a 941.
I was going to say, I think he's been pretty damn good.
Yes. And he's not even the best one of the tandem. Vanacek is 2-3 so far this year, 875, 285, 1.3 goal save above expected. Vitek Vanacek against us in his career is 12-2-1 with a 922. So both of their goalies are Sabres killers. The Mammoth are 9-7, fourth in the Central. They actually have not won a game since they beat us, and they are 1-5 in their last 6. The best news of all of this is that their last 4 losses were all against our divisional opponents. So they lost to Tampa, then they beat us, then they lost to Toronto, lost to Montreal, and lost to Ottawa. So it's just, they're playing bad at just the best time for the Sabres. I actually started laughing when I saw that. I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. I know they're playing bad, but of course it's against Atlantic Division foes. They'll be on one less day of rest as they played yesterday, and they don't play us. They don't play anybody else before us. Their power play is 25th in the league. Penalty kill is 16th. Nick Schmaltz is still going good with 19 points in 16 games. Clayton Keller has 15 points. Cooley and Gunther have 13, and Sergachev has 12 points. JJ Peterka, he's the only former Sabre. We talked about them last week. He doesn't have a point in his last 5 games. So just something to throw out there. And speaking of Peterka, I know I've been on Utah Twitter for whatever reason the past few days, and their fans are not happy right now. And they've been asking what?
With him?
No, their top 6 in general. They've been asking where their top 6 is because, like I said, they have lost 5 of the last 6, and they've been wondering where the top 6 is. But I will say it's nice to see passion out of the new fan base because, I mean, I saw there was this rant going around a little, and this guy was going nuts. So it is nice to see that hockey's doing good down there in Utah. My key to this game is to try and win the Dolan Kesselring revenge game against a team that is on the downswing as well. And honestly, don't let Peterka score. My keys to the games are going to be pretty much just try and win with how we're going now.
Just win.
Yeah. Sabres then play the Colorado Avalanche on the second half of a back-to-back Thursday at 9 p.m. This will also be on MSG. Goaltender matchup, who knows? But it would be versus Scott Wedgwood or Mackenzie Blackwood, as that duo is back, as Blackwood is back and healthy. Scott Wedgwood is 9-1-2 with a .906, a .237 goals against. He is 17th in the league in goals save above expected. And Blackwood so far is 1-0-1 with a .875, 3.42 goals against. The Avalanche are 10-1-5. They only have one regulation loss, and it's to the Boston Bruins. They're on a 3-game win streak with beating Tampa. They then beat the Oilers 9-1, and they beat Vancouver in OT yesterday. They also face Anaheim before us. Their power play is 22nd. Their PK is 3rd, only a percentage point behind ours. Nathan McKinnon is playing unreal right now. He's 29 points in 16 games. He has the most points in the league. He has the most goals in the league. He's on a 149-point pace. One of Jonah's favorite players, Cal McCarr, has 16 assists and 22 points in 16 games. Martin Niches, after his extension, has 9 goals and 10 assists. And Lehkonen also has 15 points. I saw this on Twitter today, so I'm going to mention it. Gabriel Landeskog is a new zero-war player for JFresh, and it's honestly just because he hasn't scored.
He just can't score.
His offense and defensive numbers were actually looked fine, but JFresh's model seemed. I think Jonah, correct me if I'm wrong. His model favors finishing. And
oh yeah, if you don't score, you ain't.
Yeah, he only has 4 assists, so he's the newest zero-war player in JFresh's model. Their only former Sabre, good old Victor Olofsson. He has 5 goals and 9 assists in 16 games, so he's almost a point-per-game player, and he has 6 of those points on the power play with 2 power play goals.
Cook King.
Yep. My key to this game is try to get to overtime and get a point.
Fair. That's completely fair.
About all you can ask for against that team.
Pray.
Yeah. That might be a very ugly game Only way it might not be ugly is if they get like blown out by Utah and then they have to show up. I don't know. It might be bad. And then the Sabres play at Detroit Saturday, 7 p.m. on MSG. This could be the line revenge game because he hasn't played his former team yet, or this could be Ellis's next start since that's who his only start was against. Their goaltenders right now are John Gibson and Cam Talbot. Gibson's 4-5, .882, 3.15 goals against, with a 1.6 goal save above expected. Not off to the best start and not what Red Wings fans wanted. Cam Talbot is 5-2, .891, 292 goals against, with a 1.8 goals saved above expected. The Red Wings are 9-7, fourth in the Atlantic. They're on a 3-game losing streak with losing to Vegas, the Rangers, with the Rangers is hilarious, and Chicago. They also play Anaheim Thursday before us, but they have 3 days off prior to that. Their power play 16th. Their penalty kill is 15th. Larkin is cooking. He has 9 goals and 10 assists in 16 games. DeBrincat has 15 points. Lucas Raymond has 13 points. Last time we faced them, we talked about how Emmett Finney was a big storyline. He doesn't have a point in his last 7 games after starting the season off pretty good. Patty Kane, looked like he was injured for about 2 or 3 weeks there. But he did play the last 2 games. He has 5 points in 7 games. And I did see that he's only 26 points away from Mike Modano for most points from an American player. So we might get to that this year. They did call up Nate Danielson this week. He played against Chicago, his first ever game. He was the 9th overall pick in the 2023 draft, and I'm pretty sure I saw that their head coach was talking about how they're going to try and get him in to evaluate other players. So he might be playing. I know Sandin Peleka has been pretty rough, so that could be that. I know I just butchered that name, too. Of course. This also goes into, because Sandin and Danielson, they're both defensemen. Former Sabre, Jacob Bernard Docker. He has 1 assist in 8 games played. He hasn't played since October 25th. It seems like he's been benched, but I know fans aren't too thrilled about it because I believe Hamonic is the guy who is playing over him. So my key to that game is try to get something going against a division rival. That's about it. Hopefully they win like one of these games. That's probably the weekly goal with how this is looking. But
1-1-1. That is best case scenario.
Yeah, probably. So, yep, that's it. So we play Utah Wednesday, Colorado Thursday, both Sabres after dark games, and then Detroit on Saturday.
Alrighty. Anything else to touch on before we get out of here? No?
I don't think so.
Alrighty. We can go another hour if we want. I don't know. We're only at the 2 mark.
Night is
It's
young.
up to you, man.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's going to do it. Thank you, folks, for listening. We'll be back next week sometime. Don't know when. We'll let you know. Stay tuned to our socials. In any case, if you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter at the Sabre Report, on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you listen to this on YouTube, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell us what you thought down in the comments below. Additionally, go give our friends over at the Buffalo Sports Talk podcast a listen. Tough game for the Buffalo Bills yesterday.
I know they will be very fiery in that episode.
Yeah.
It's
the title of their last episode was Back on Track. I don't think they're on track anymore.
It's going to be interesting. It might be is this like the most interesting point of the McDermott Bean era
I would say other than like around the Ken Dorsey firing time.
Yeah, I was
would
going to say
probably,
when they lost to the Broncos, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
That was peak Fire McDermott. So
We're kind of getting back to that area now. So treading some hot waters right now down there.
So yeah, they'll have some interesting stuff to say. I know a few episodes ago, Ryan kind of waved the white flag on McDermott, and now I feel like we're starting to get to a point with Bean. There's a lot of people not happy with him. Just want to say, I was on the he was a loser for the whole wide receiver radio rant thing from the start, and you guys know that. From day one, I thought that was loser stuff.
So did I. Could you believe that could be like the start of his?
That's what I'm saying. Like if like I still like am not like I wouldn't fire him, but
no.
Like if this continues, if he has like a bad offseason, or like let's say they lose to the Chiefs and for some reason they decide to clean house and like he's fired, like that's kind of the turning point, like where everything changed. So it'd be very funny to look back on if that's the case. But yeah, don't mess with us Buffalo personalities. Don't mess with us. We know our stuff.
I don't know if I'd call myself a personality.
You're a personality.
I'm an idiot with a microphone.
Hey. So yeah, stay tuned. That should be a good one. Yeah. Other than that, thank you guys very much for listening. We'll see you next time. And as always, go Sabres.
Donate to the Rasmus Dahlin Foundation. Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.